Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a general reading for the sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Taurus, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, you can find that information in my Buy Me a Coffee link and my official Instagram, both listed in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. Taurus, I hope that you're doing well. I'm going to be using 2 decks for your reading today. The first one for the overall energy is going to come from the Trusted Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And at the end, I'm going to read from the book. And the tarot portion of your reading will be from the Muse Tarot. The cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Angel Spirits Guides, what messages do you have for Taurus? This is for Taurus. Thank you. Well, don't we all feel this? Taurus, number 50, which reduces to a 5. Virgo also got a 5, but they got the true 5. Corresponding to the Hierophant card. But in this case, it's your card, Taurus. That's you in the major arcana of the tarot. So you showed up in your own reading, which is incredible. The Hierophant card of the major arcana talks about this person or an entity who is like a conduit or a liaison between this world and the spirit world. The Hierophant can also talk about teachers, teaching, shamans, religious leaders, spiritual leaders. Can also talk about concepts like rules, regulations, codes of conduct, value systems. It's kind of like the way we hold ourselves accountable. And the card that you got is so beautiful. There's no place like home. Sorry for the glare. First of all, look at the color palette. The color palette is my favorite color palette. And it just makes me feel so many, like the endorphins are firing when I look at this color palette. And because Spirit knows that, it's like washing over me this sense of home, this sense of comfort, this sense of beauty in the home and hearth. We're kind of up here in the clouds, isolated, cozy. There's so much light emanating from within. There's this sense within you that if we're thinking about structure, there's some sense within you that you've worked so hard to manifest and create a structure of life for yourself where your comfort and your stability are privileged. And I feel as though you're very grateful for that. There's this like, I feel like relief. This is like, there's something to be said about doing things by hand or from scratch, like baking bread or making a meal, building a desk or a house, building a business, building a nest egg, inviting people over, sharing heart and conversation and friendship. It's just like this warm feeling that I have. And maybe that's not something that you always thought about or ever took the time to really consider. Maybe because you've been going and trying to build all these things that you're finally at a place where you can kind of sit down for a moment and enjoy the view. And you could be reflecting on that at this time. Let's get some cards on the table. 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier. I'm only taking upright cards in this reading. There's no past, present, or future. It's just a general reading. To take a temperature for Taurus. One more. And then at the end, I'll pull a card of advice from Spirit, which already flipped out. So I'm actually going to keep that turned over on the table. So I don't know what it is at this moment, but it's here. Kind of what shows me that Spirit was eager to give it to you, but I will keep it flipped over until it's time. We're going to start with this card, the Two of Voices. Two of Swords. Two of Swords talk about being of two minds. These characters, these mirrored characters, have blindfolds on, and actually the hands that are down here look like they have like shackles. So this sense of indecision, being pulled in 2 directions, caught in the middle of that, torn. Okay, now I'm hearing that song by, oh gosh, is it Vanessa Carlson? Vanessa, what is her name? Carlton? The singer. It's not even her. It's Natalie Imbruglia. Thank you, Spirit. The one that sings that song, Torn. I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. I'm cold and I'm ashamed, lying naked on the floor. You're already late. No, you. I'm already torn. I'm sure I'm butchering some of the lyrics there, but that's what Spirit's giving me. I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. Something into something real. So there could have been a time for you when you were just questioning everything, questioning your values, questioning your path, which door do I take, questioning your decision making, and it really threw you for a loop. And it's almost like, you ever see that movie Sliding Doors from forever ago with Gwyneth Paltrow? It's like that one decision that like changed the course of fate and destiny and all that stuff. We can also look at this card as like the quantum field, the quantum state in quantum entanglement. Both options, directions, all directions exist until you observe and take a step, make a decision. Every possibility exists until you force its hand, Spirit just said. Ace of Materials, I feel like at some point you did make a decision. Really, the best, you know that expression when people say, I made the best decision that I knew how to make it in that moment, or I made the best decision that was presented to me in that moment. Whatever the case, I think you took it, and by doing so took a risk. And in some sense it paid off. It was from Spirit for your best and highest good, ultimately. Again, though, with the eyes closed. See, it's like you didn't know what you were really getting into. which is okay. If we don't take any risk, we can take calculated risks, right? But if we don't take any risk, we don't get any reward. You saw an opportunity from Spirit, you took it. It's weird though. See what's going, this stick here and this stick here, it's separated in the middle. Even though this is the Ace of Materials or the Ace of Pentacles, it looks like a wand, but a wand that's been split in two. So it's kind of like saying the Ace of Materials and the Ace of Inspiration or the Ace of Wands also was present. It's not on the table, but I feel its presence, that the Ace of Wands. Not only was a door open, but it was just a really good chance to jumpstart something. But with that wand, as I perceive it being broken, it's almost like something fell through the cracks. I am getting a lot of songs today because now I hear a Dishwalla song, fall through the cracks, lay your hands and lesions over me. Let me know of life so sweet. There's so much life here. There's so much pain. Did we forget? There's so much life this morning comes, and it's real. The silence. Okay, don't tell me what that song is about, or I don't know what that song is about, rather. But I heard all of that in my head. Like, I heard the music, I heard the singing. There's so much pain, did we forget? So maybe it's the sense that you started something new and then it kind of sucked for a little while because maybe you forgot what it was like to be a beginner. Because the aces are all about new beginnings, right? And if the new beginning is happening, then we become the beginner. We start new things all the time. So it could have been really difficult for you to start over. That's okay, because how you ended up was with the King of Inspiration, King of Wands. Spirit puts you back onto a path that is meant for your greatness. King of Wands is not somebody who gets intimidated by much. King of Wands is the closest king to the Emperor of the major arcana. The Emperor is not afraid of anybody, so King of Wands comes close to that feeling. It's like, look at you riding off into the sunset towards your abundance, towards your wow, it's amazing how I kept calling this the King of Wands, but it's the King of Materials. It's the King of Pentacles. That's crazy. I'm seeing cards that are not on the table, but like Spirit wants me to talk about them, so I have to talk about them. This is the Muse of Materials, the Muse of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. So twice now with the Ace of Materials, I also saw the Ace of Wands. And the Muse of Materials, I saw the Muse of Inspiration. I can't, you know, that's just, if Spirit wants me to say it, I say it. You're still put back on the path. I just saw all these roses in the background, and I'm like, oh gosh, those look like how the pentacles are represented in this deck. And I'm like, wait a minute, it's all roses. It's the materials. It's your abundance. And I think somehow you're recognizing that what you wanted your abundance to be before, and what your abundance actually, the definition of what abundance is to you has changed over the course of this learning experience. And it's given you a lot of stability. And I think that's why I'm kind of teetering back and forth between materials and inspiration, pentacles and wands. I'm teetering back and forth because it's almost like we had to. It's basically this is what I'm experiencing right now. It's like we had to kind of test the waters in both worlds to see what was a better fit. And here, certainly this is a Wands card, Two of Inspiration. We had to see what was a better fit. We had to explore the terrain. And on one side of that, there was a kind of beauty and prosperity, and on the other side, there was a sense of isolation. Now, in certain respects, isolation can be beautiful. And in others, it can feel like an abyss. And you were having to, I don't know, learn a karmic lesson. There was something you had to learn, or something you had to, there's some information and experience you had to get through walking this isolated path. Two of Inspiration traditionally talks about, you know, a fork in the road. Can I get a clarifier for the Two of Inspiration? For the fork in the road. The Page of Inspiration. It's this sense that you took a risk. You kept taking risks. You kept asking questions. Because Spirit is showing me these two black cats here. There's one here and one here. Well, I mean, what Spirit actually said was curiosity killed the cat. But I think it made you stronger. And now I hear the song by Britney Spears. I'm getting so many songs. The Stronger song by Britney Spears. Now I'm stronger than yesterday. Something ain't nothing. Wait, now I don't know. Now I'm stronger than yesterday. My loneliness ain't killing me no more. Now I'm stronger. It's like you went from this void space to all of this beautiful, dynamic color, and that color represents your experience, your knowledge. It's almost like your brain and all the areas of your brain lit up like on a MRI or something. Like, look at all the fields of the brain that are activated. Whereas before, there might not have been really much of a challenge, or the challenge itself was the sense of isolation. And here, perhaps realizing that you have a team. Perhaps they're your ancestors or your spirit guides, your familiars, guiding you. Here we have the Knight of Emotions, or the Knight of Cups. Someone outside of you, this is not your energy, but it's someone who provided, I don't know, a safe space to land. This could be somebody who opened up their home to you, like a proverbial home, like a symbolic home. Something I never noticed here, that little heart in the water. The Knight of Emotions is very authentic. So whatever this gesture is, they did it wholeheartedly, and they did it with a lot of love. They offered something, information, an opportunity, but it was all based in something really pure. And that's further clarified by the 10 of Cups. Bliss, happiness. I mean, it's this. This card in the tarot represents this feeling. In whatever way happiness is defined by you. Let me turn over the card from Spirit. This is stunning. Number 0 of the Major Arcana, the Fool. We started off the reading by saying it was all about taking a risk, stepping into a direction, any direction. Stepping through the open door might not have worked out completely for you, but in the end, you got back on the path of something beautiful, something that speaks to your heart space. Spirit's saying continue to push yourself. This is all about like the card of courage and taking chances, calculated risks, but really big ones, you know, like into the unknown, into the glorious unknown. It's really amazing. I'm going to read from the book now, number 50. No Place Like Home. Authenticity. We start with that word, authenticity. Coming home to yourself, feeling at home, arriving at a place where you just fit, being comfortable in your own skin. Home feels safe and secure. It's a comfortable place to rest and create. A place that is known and you can call yours. This card signals that your ability to trust yourself and feel at home in your own skin is beginning to solidify as you claim your dignity and integrity. Aspects of yourself no one can take away from you. You know who you are. You hold your head high, yet with neither pride nor humility. Instead, you stand as the observer, seeing through the eyes of your soul. This puts you in a position of power and strength. Authenticity is your home. You are safe here in the house of your spirit and spirit. Taurus, how beautiful. I'm a Taurus Venus, and I love this for us. That's your reading, Taurus. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Taurus.